It's week 4 of the National Football League, and the spotlight is on Roquan Smith, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line.
Breaks through the contact. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And how about that?
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. The numbers for Walker last week:
17 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
That's right.
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That good for 19 and a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Lawrence now off the bootleg.
The left side throw complete to Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 14. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
The big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack.
They just gave up the sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A 44-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense.
They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice game.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
The Ravens at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they took the tough loss in the opener, CD, but since then they've rebounded to win 2 straight.
And that's exactly what you want to see from your team early on, how they can bounce back from adversity. The week 1 loss, that absolutely stung. But how about how hard they've worked in the couple of weeks since? And now they're moving back in the right direction.
Here's Watson. This one caught by Kittle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. At that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Watson. This is caught.
And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
1st and goal, Baltimore.
Edwards will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Dolphins 3.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
So Miami coming out for their second drive.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Lawrence able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They go play action now. Lawrence. That is incomplete. You look at this Baltimore defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A give for Walker running right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd down, Lawrence. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
On for a field goal, a 50-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. The second quarter from Miami, it's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it as we resume action. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Watson's throw finds its target, Dobbs. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Watson now to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield, and he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line.
Here's Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. There was a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Lawrence. And it's complete to Adams. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. He's up to 70 yards now in this first half receiving as he's got a 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Lawrence. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Aaron Donald, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Defensively, Ogbanya Okoronkwo made the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
And the Ravens 1st down.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now Watson. That's complete to Pierce. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Gibbs straight ahead. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
At the 10-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now it's Watson.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw, Watson.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
On 2nd down, Hooker. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On 1st down, it's Watson.
That's caught downfield by Kittle.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll run here with Edwards. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now a give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. Hooker. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, Charles, thanks very much. Welcome in, everybody, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's take a look at what we've got on tap as we wrap up the first quarter of the NFL season. Some good-looking matchups on your screen there. One of the best? Yeah, I'll say it. It's in Cleveland. A big test there for the Browns as they'll square off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. To return it, Darius Phillips. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
And down he'll go at the 25.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On third down, here's Gibbs. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Returnable for Lockett. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Hooker. Throw out wide to Walker. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing. Hooker. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he is going to have the Dolphins' 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Running left is Walker. And a pretty athletic run right there, as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 62 yards rushing for him now, as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
They'll run the toss to Walker. And this time they were ready for him, as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Walker with another carry. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Eddie Pinheiro on now. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And good coverage there on special teams, as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. On 1st down, Watson. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. An ideal beginning of the drive there, as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Trayvon Walker, his 2nd sack of the night.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. To throw is Watson.
certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Again, it's Walker. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 34-yard line.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
A little short pass. This is Everett. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Miami. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Watson.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. In motion right, Dobbs.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. Finding room at midfield. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air yet again. Watson. His throw incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Watson.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Hooker now off play action. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Vita Vea able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Here's Hooker to throw it. Under pressure, they got him again. Aaron Donald, his second sack of the night.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
They'll go for it. Hooker. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. They'll run with Gibbs. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Gibbs. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Miami set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now Hooker. Walker with a grab, left side. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 24-yard line.
Hooker's going to throw it. That one on the money to Bourne downfield. It's a big play there for Miami, and even 60 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the deep.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Boye Mafe able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
At the Ravens' 19-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They run again with Walker. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Hooker going to try and throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Turnover on down.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7 from the 20.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Hand off now to Gibbs.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
3rd down and 6.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Now it's Watson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Off the option, here's Gibbs. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
First down, Baltimore.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 31-yard line.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it.